Hi everyone, I have something really special to share with you and something I couldn't be more excited about.
Every December, one voice quietly rises above the noise, and millions seem to pause when it does. In the crowded world of holiday music, where familiar songs are re-recorded year after year, very few performances manage to feel new. Yet, in recent seasons, Lucy Thomas' Christmas renditions have repeatedly drawn widespread attention across digital platforms. Viewers describe her voice as calming, emotional, and unusually timeless, especially for an artist who first gained recognition at a young age. Lucy Thomas first became known to the public through The Voice Kids UK, where her classical-leaning vocal style immediately set her apart. Unlike many competition performers, she avoided vocal excess and instead focused on control and tone. That approach has remained consistent, particularly in her holiday performances, which continue to generate strong engagement online. What stands out is not just the technical quality of her singing, but the response it provokes. Comments frequently reference feelings of nostalgia, comfort, and reflection, emotions typically associated with personal memories rather than viral content. Media observers have noted that her Christmas songs often outperform her non-seasonal releases, suggesting a specific connection between her voice and holiday music. As seasonal playlists grow more competitive each year, Lucy Thomas' continued presence raises an important question within music circles. Why does this particular voice resonate so deeply during the holidays, and what does that say about how audiences connect with music today? From her earliest appearances, audiences noticed something that didn't match her age. When Lucy Thomas first appeared on national television, reaction was immediate. Judges and viewers alike remarked on the maturity of her tone, often describing it as unexpected or beyond her years. At a time when many young performers leaned toward contemporary pop styles, Lucy's preference for classical phrasing and restrained delivery stood out. Music analysts pointed out that her vocal control suggested extensive training, but it was the emotional interpretation of songs that drew the most attention. Rather than focusing on vocal power, she emphasized subtlety, an approach more commonly associated with seasoned performers. This distinction helped her quickly build a loyal following. Parents, teachers, and older listeners in particular responded positively, often sharing her performances across platforms during holiday seasons. Over time, her Christmas covers became a recurring topic in online discussions, with viewers anticipating new releases each year. Industry observers note that first impressions can shape an artist's long-term image. In Lucy's case, that image became closely tied to elegance, calmness, and emotional clarity. While this branding has been largely positive, it has also set specific expectations that continue to influence how her performances are received and discussed today. Not all voices translate well to holiday music, but hers consistently does. Holiday songs present unique challenges. They are emotionally loaded, widely familiar, and often tied to deeply personal memories. Any misstep can feel inauthentic. Yet Lucy Thomas' Christmas performances are frequently praised for avoiding exaggeration, instead offering a grounded and sincere interpretation. Music commentators suggest that her vocal restraint plays a key role. By avoiding excessive ornamentation, she allows the lyrics and melody to remain front and center. This approach appears to resonate with listeners seeking calm amid the typically hectic holiday season. Streaming data and platform analytics show a noticeable spike in engagement when her Christmas content is released. Viewers often describe listening repeatedly, citing the soothing quality of her voice. Some have compared her style to traditional holiday recordings from decades past, noting a sense of continuity rather than trend-chasing. From a reporting standpoint, the consistency of this response is notable. While many artists experiment with holiday music as a seasonal side project, Lucy's performances have become a defining part of her public identity. And as her audience grows, so does interest in how she continues to approach this genre year after year. Listeners often ask the same question: how does someone so young convey so much emotion? One recurring topic in public discussion is the emotional depth present in Lucy Thomas' performances. Online forums and comment sections frequently reference the contrast between her age and the maturity conveyed in her voice. Some fans describe her as having an old soul, a phrase that appears repeatedly across platforms. Others approach the topic more analytically, suggesting that her delivery reflects careful musical interpretation rather than lived experience. Importantly, these conversations tend to remain speculative and observational rather than critical. From a journalistic perspective, this discussion highlights a broader phenomenon in music. Audiences often seek emotional authenticity, regardless of the performer's background. In Lucy's case, her ability to deliver emotionally resonant performances has fueled both admiration and curiosity. Experts in vocal performance note that emotional impact does not always stem from personal experience, but from technique, phrasing, and musical understanding. Still, the public fascination remains, adding another layer to the way her holiday performances are received and shared. A carefully maintained image can be both a strength and a challenge. Lucy Thomas' public presentation has remained notably consistent over the years. Her visual style, song selection, and performance settings tend to emphasize simplicity and elegance. This consistency has helped establish trust with her audience, particularly during holiday releases. Media analysts often point out that such stability is uncommon in an industry known for rapid reinvention. While many young artists shift styles frequently, Lucy's approach appears deliberate and measured. This has led some observers to speculate about long-term planning and careful career management. It is important to note that no confirmed reports suggest undue pressure or conflict behind the scenes. However, public discussion occasionally touches on the broader challenges faced by young performers, including maintaining vocal health and balancing expectations. From a reporting standpoint, Lucy's career trajectory offers an example of how restraint and consistency can build a sustainable audience, especially during emotionally significant seasons like Christmas. One performance in particular changed how many viewers saw her. Among Lucy Thomas' holiday releases, one Christmas rendition has been repeatedly referenced as a turning point. Viewers noted a heightened emotional response, with comments describing the performance as grounding and deeply moving. Unlike viral moments driven by spectacle, this performance gained attention through steady sharing and word of mouth. Music reviewers highlighted the absence of dramatic buildup, instead focusing on clarity and emotional balance. For many viewers, this marked a shift, from seeing Lucy primarily as a young talent to recognizing her as a serious vocalist with a distinct artistic identity. Engagement metrics reflected this change, with increased discussion across platforms following the release. As the holiday season continues to serve as a recurring stage for her work, that performance remains a reference point in discussions about her voice and future direction. In a fast-moving digital world, familiarity may be the most powerful sound of all. Lucy Thomas' Christmas voice has become more than a seasonal feature. It represents a sense of calm and continuity for many listeners. Her performances stand out not because they are louder or more dramatic, but because they invite reflection. From a news perspective, her continued success highlights a growing audience appetite for sincerity over spectacle. As holiday music becomes increasingly saturated, voices that offer emotional steadiness appear to hold lasting appeal. Looking ahead, observers will be watching how Lucy's artistry evolves while maintaining the qualities that first captured public attention. For now, her Christmas renditions continue to occupy a unique space, one that brings listeners back year after year, not for surprise, but for comfort.